Hey everyone, Presito here, your second favorite Uniswap babe. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering a really promising upcoming project. As you know, I've been uploading really little recently, and that's obviously, as I say in all the videos, due to the market being really cuck, just in general, for pre-sales especially. So I've been really selective in the projects that I've been covering. And this is a project that I definitely want to cover because I think it is super promising, really awesome concept, and really innovative as well. So let's jump straight into it. The project is called Apeiron NFT. So as you can read, it's going to be the world's first card game with NFTs. It's going to be the world's first play to earn card game and esports franchise as well. It's going to be a part of a new wave of a token-driven play and earn NFT game. They're going to have a tri-token system, which is really interesting, and this we're going to be going through later in the video, which covers governance, play to earn, and alliance tokens in tandem to create a dynamic economy that mirrors the real world, while the NFTs in the form of planets, stars, and relics puts the ownership in the rightful hand of the player. So let's go through more in detail about what it is all about. So what is Apeiron? As I said, it's a classic card game, such as Populous and Black and White. I actually used to play Black and White back in the day, where you act as the guard and control everything. And it is actually a really fun type of game. So I think it's definitely got a potential, especially since nothing has been done like this in crypto thus far. And it will offer integrated gameplay where you can shape the world from high up, like in Black and White, before getting down to earth as a controllable avatar to unlock the universe's mysteries. You can grow your planet, reset the cycle, and open the door to persistent progression, ultimately leading to exciting alliance PvE and PvP gameplay, which is going to be really fun. Obviously, PvP, get to play against other people online, so it's unpredictable. And the persistent progression, I think, is really important, just so you can keep growing. There's no end of the game, so to speak. Then it's going to have a guard simulation, and each planet comes with its own dudes, which is, as they say, cute and chubby little dudes who get themselves into trouble more often than not. As a wandering god, it's your divine duty to help them build a society, call down rain so that the dudes can grow their food, or shatter mountains so they can expand their settlements. I'm sure if you played Black and White, you know that reference, where you can, throw boulders around and things like that. Or if some of them are causing trouble, you can toss a firewall at them even. Good or evil, the planet will slowly change to reflect your alignment. Then it's also going to have action RPG. So you've been building up a steady supply of dude followers. Now you can summon an avatar. With this avatar, you can explore nearby worlds and objects by diving into dangerous dungeons and fighting challenging monsters in a skill-based real-time combat system. You can gather dude apostles and hunt for relics. And that sounds really awesome. Then roguelike. So if you've gone through the dungeons and all your dudes have covered the world with their buildings, you can reset by calling down Armageddon and they'll be consumed. But the soul gems you get in return will be basically permanently upgrading your spirit core, which is what the persistent progression consists of. And then the cycle starts again and you can keep playing PvE and PvE and so on. Then they're going to have their tri-token innovation, which we'll go through later. As I say, many NFT games rely on just 2 tokens. They're going to have 3. Apeiron, which is the game's governance token. Anima, the play-to-earn token. And finally, Ringularity, which is a novel premium alliance currency, which promotes social gameplay and gives players something to work towards in the late game. So this we will be checking out a bit later in the video as well. But these tokens also centered around the creation, consumption, and enhancement of the NFTs. So they're not completely separate in that regard. And it also filters players and investors of different types into different gameplay or investment mechanisms. Next up, let's have a look more in detail about what they have. So they're going to have an NFT marketplace. This is actually already up. We're going to be going through that shortly. Really, really sleek. And this is where all the NFTs, the planets, stars, and relics will be sold in public marketplaces. And they're going to be unique NFTs, of course. Planet NFTs are where the main gameplay loop happens. Players will need to purchase their first planet on the marketplace or apply for Star to Seed planet. And in terms of all the NFTs, we're going to be going through this shortly about the different types of planets and what they were used for. Then they're also going to have so-called planet breeding, which I refer to as a celestial conjunction, where you start with one planet, but by acquiring more, such as through the marketplace, you can perform a holy ritual known as celestial conjunction. And it takes the spiritual essence from both planets, combines them into a new one, and the new one will inherit the traits from both and have a chance to create new traits. And you can repeat this process over and over again to have perfect worlds with all the most awesome and best traits. So this is really awesome that they're going to have. And as I say, the game map, Godiverse, so the universe is made up of many constellations, which contains stars, which themselves are orbited by planets. Players will start in the axis mundi, the center of the creation, and later you'll be able to explore and purchase stars in constellations based on mythological stories from around the world. So that's all really cool. And they're also going to have a land system called Constellation and Zodiac, where strong addition buffs can be triggered when a certain set of stars that are physically in the same area are united. So that's also going to be a really interesting mechanism that they're going to have. And this will be also covering a bit more detail later in the video. So now let's have a look at some of their teasers. And I must say, it really, really looks awesome. I'm really impressed by it. So if we skip through, you can see how it's kind of going to look with the cute little dudes, and how you can, for example, make it rain to grow the forest and so on. And we're also going to be looking at some other videos that they have of some little teasers. And you can see here the interface, which I must say looks really slick, all really impressive, as you can see. And here's an example of the star view. So you're going to be able to have your stars with multiple planets surrounding it. And this is an example of the interface and how it will look, which I really think is really awesome. Really love the feel of it. Same with the constellation effect. You're going to have different sizes of constellation, different types, so you can combine all your stars and have those bonuses like I referred to. And that is how they are going to look. So it all looks really, really impressive, I must say. You can see the team puts a ton of effort and focus into the game quality and attention to detail with a simple interface and those cute little dudes. But at the same time, they have a really deep specialization and progression system that promotes long-term playability, which I think is really important for these types of games, especially with a play-to-earn game. You don't want to just play and then it's finished. You have to start over. So I really like the mechanism that they've got here. Next up, let's have a look at their investors and partners. This is always really important for projects. You need strong investors with really strong connections to grow the project. So in terms of the strategic partners, as you can see here, the names are really pro. They've got here Morningstar Ventures. They've got Ancient Age, which is another upcoming project that is going to be really pro. They got Hashed, which is really huge as well, Guildfire, and so on. And in terms of the investors and their fundraising, they had 13 million seed funding raised, 4.5 million from NFT mints, and they are busy closing another 5 million from private rounds. So tons of raise there. In terms of the public round, more information will be out later in Q4, but that will definitely be coming up. But for now, they have the NFTs that are available. So next up, let's jump into the NFT marketplace and talk about their NFTs. And this is where it really gets exciting. So they have the Planet NFT. This is needed to play the game, and this you can also rent, or you can buy from the marketplace, which is here on their website. They also have an OpenSea page, but the majority of the NFTs for sale are on their website. You can see them all here, as you can see. Wasteland, Oasis, all these different types of planets. Then you're going to have the Star NFT, which is the land and alliance gameplay and passive income generation as well. Then you get the Relic NFT, which is equipment created in the game that can be installed onto planets to enhance the planets. But these Relic NFTs will be later in the roadmap. You can't buy these for now. The Star NFT is what is going to be having their sale on the 18th of October. So this is what you need to prepare for, obviously, if you want to play the game. So we can see by their tweet, their first land pre-sale is coming 18th of October, and this is for the Star NFT. You can see it's going to be the world's first sublettable land NFT with up to 800% annual rental yields, which obviously is really impressive. So now let's check out their YouTube video. It's a scroll through basically of their page where they're going to be having the pre-sale. The page isn't live on the website itself at the moment, but we can see here what it's going to look like. You can see here it's the Stellar Tabular Presale. Those are the name of the chests that you're going to be opening with the stars inside them. You can see here they're going to contain exactly one star NFT and multiple astronomicals. The higher tier chests contain higher rarity star and astronomical NFTs. Here's the different tiers of the chests that you're going to be able to open. You can see the amount available, and it's going to be 0.66 Ethereum for the cheapest one, 1.8 for the middle one, and 5 for the top level. Then you're going to have another type of chest that you can open, but this you can only do through Expedition, which is also via their website. So when they have that Expedition available, you can do it and then be able to open that chest with also really cool special loot. So if we scroll a bit further, you can see they're going to have 11,498 stars total, and they say it's an absolute necessity for late game progression and the ultimate passive yield generators in Apeiron. So you can rent out orbital tracks to other players for crypto, which speeds up the aging of their planets, giving them access to more relics and thereby more power. And that I'm going to also be talking a little bit more in detail. Anyways, let's scroll a bit further through the website. You can see here all the different star tiers that you're going to be able to get. Obviously, the worst tier 11 Aster, and then number 1 is going to not revealed yet, but you can see here it buffs the aging of the planets by 54 times, 200 orbital tracks, 10% celestial chance, and you can see all the stats of all the different other tiers over there. Then you're also going to have astronomicals, which you're going to be able to get in these chests, and each star NFT has a fixed set of astronomical slots, and the owners can customize and enhance their star by inserting astronomical NFTs into these slots. And different types of slots can fit different types of astronomicals with different effects. As you can see here for the tier 3 stars, Zeno, they have asteroids equipped, which attaches to asteroid belt and Kuiper belt slots, increasing orbital tracks. They have an auxiliary sun, a supernova, and comets. So it's all really cool effects you can use to improve your stars. And then, as I said earlier, you can have different constellations. You can see you can have really big ones and small ones. There's going to be 1,368 total across 12 galaxies. And star owners of the same constellation can stake their star NFTs into the same alliance to activate the constellation effect, which increases the alliance member limit, aging effect, orbital tracks, and even gameplay bonuses. And hunt for stars in the same constellation will work together to activate those powerful buffs, which is what I spoke about earlier. You can see major constellations are powerful constellations that have the most powerful stars, and minor constellations contain less stars, easier to activate, but obviously not as powerful as the major constellations. And then here you can see the rarity of the chests that you're going to be able to open. Obviously, the cheaper ones you get tier 10 to 11 guaranteed, and then guaranteed tier 1 to 3 astronomical, and for the celestial you get these tiers and so on. You can see there for yourself. Then in terms of the passive income potential from other players, I also want to go through that because I think that's really huge on these NFTs. Basically, planets age by a unit of years, which converts to days in real life. So the longer the planet ages, the more relics, which are the equipment slots, will open for their planet. So they'll become stronger. And then stars will speed up the process by up to 54 times. And so the strongest tier star increases it the most. And if you don't have a star, you will need to rent an orbital track from star owners and pay a flat rate of 10% of their token earnings while they're still renting. The top tier stars sold in this batch can host up to 38 planets. And the RNGU token, which is the most valuable token earning ability of the top tier stars, will be about 15 times more than the top tier planets, which is really much more, which really shows you it's worth it to have the top tier stars. And furthermore, the RNGU token will only be accessible to those planets that orbit a star, while the star owner can earn a portion of the earnings from those who rent a track from them. And their game design is actually going to be closely monitoring the occupancy rate of the existing stars, meaning that you'll have a safe chance of filling your orbital tracks before the next star sale, and with the low supplies and guaranteed ROI basically. And due to the constellations, this batch will have the largest of all demands in terms of land in the future. So that is definitely something to keep in mind for the star sale. I really think it's really promising. Before we get to the tri token system, Obviously, if you want to whitelist for the Apeiron Star Sale, head to their website and register. And if you register an account before the 18th of October, you have a chance to mint the first half of the Battle Demo Pass NFT for free. And they also have a really active Discord, and they have tons of events and giveaways. To note, you need to get level 3 in their Discord to be eligible for these events, but you can win really awesome prizes. For example, up to $1,000 per month from their mini games or being a contributor. So that's definitely something worth checking out. Obviously, you don't have to invest anything for that. You just be active, contribute to them, and they'll contribute to you. Obviously, if you're lucky or if you really pro contributor. So let's have a look at their Tri token system now, which is obviously really pro. So they have the Apeiron token, which is basically their governance token. This will allow them to take part in voting, and that'll affect the future development of the game. And that's going to have a fixed supply. Then they have the Anima token, which is their play to earn token. It's not a fixed supply token. It's minted when a player accomplishes something in the game. For example, as a reward for completing dungeons, missions, winning PvP, and so on. And only a certain amount can be generated weekly. Then they have Ringularity, which is the token we've been speaking about, which is the most valuable token. As you see here, it's a premium token for distribution in large-scale events. You earn this from sustained commitment to galactic events, world bosses, alliance level, fighting against other players and raid content. And they say this third token is a novel idea that represents their belief that alliances and gaming guilds, social gaming, will provide the long-term support for Apeiron to continue to grow. Ringularity owners can gain access to the most enticing venues, shops, and yield farming mechanism. All 3 tokens will be tradable on exchanges. So in terms of their public sale and how to get access to these tokens, this will be announced at a later stage. The info on the public sale will come out in Q4. They're also going to have the beta game out early November. So if you want to play that, you actually need the Solar and Lunar NFTs. That's for sale on OpenSea. So I'll definitely be putting a link to all them socials in the comments. Definitely give them a follow if you're looking to take part in the project. I think it's going to be an awesome idea. Super excited for it, and it also gets a TAC Pro rating. So thanks everyone for watching. Join my Telegram as well. There's always pro discussion there, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.